Janet,
Oh, whoa.
got that?
Yes. But
Wow. Okay,
say,
I guess I better whisper.
so what was your
Okay, my name is Janet Brewer.
brewer?
Yes.
Thank you. I I think something changed with the system, with the speaker system. Are we all set? Okay,
Is it better?
you can proceed now. Thank you.
Scared me. Okay. The only thing I can say is I have been around that dog. Day one, he has never, when I come to her house, and I visit her a lot, when I come to her house, the first thing he does, he comes to the gate when I'm opening the gate, and he's standing right there wagging his tail, and he backs up so I can get in. Then I go in the house. He follows me in the house. I sit down on the couch, and he comes right over, puts his head on my lap, and I let him. I pet him, and then after he gets done, he'll go outside and lay down, or he'll lay down in the house someplace. I have never seen him be vicious to anybody. And he has a little, he has a friend. Fritz is his brother,
He has
little
a
dog.
friend. Wait, I'm
He's
sorry.
they've never had any problem. And I've seen people that has been attacked by a dog, so I know what it looks like. And if Milo would have attacked her, she would have more than just that little tear up there and that scratch. Believe me, I have never seen him be mean to anybody, and he's always comes to me every time I come in. And if I don't see him, he let him out so I could see him yesterday. He come around the house because I miss seeing him because he's always there and he's just wagging his tail constantly. But I've never seen him do anything different. Never.
Okay.
And the only time I ever heard him bark is I was out there in the yard and he was trimming and he was he was on the other side of the fence, but he was barking. That's the first time I ever heard him bark. But I just can't see. I mean, I've seen the injury, but with him not having any jaw teeth except that one tooth up here, I can't, I can't see how he could have grabbed her face. It's impossible. So I'd say it was an accident. He got, when Fritz jumped down, he lifted his head up and she had her head down by the dog. She had her head by the dog. And that would be where the tooth is. And when he brought his head up, he had to hit her head with that tooth. But that's no bite. That's about it. Unless you want to ask me
I'm
something.
writing some notes. I'm listening, but I'm also trying to write that
Okay.
notes.
But that's about all I can say. He's just a good dog and he's a very gentle dog.
Okay.
And he stays outside most of the time. He'll come in and greet you, pet. You can pet him, and he'll like I said, he'll lay his head on my lap. And then when he gets done, and he goes outside and lays down. But that's the way he greets everybody that comes in the house.
Okay.
He's the same way with everybody. Even if there's a crowd of people in there, he doesn't bother anybody. He just goes someplace and lays down. But when Donna told me about what happened, I couldn't believe it because I just couldn't see. I've never seen him be vicious, never.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well,
I
thank
just hope, I'm sorry about Sandy. She's a good friend of mine too. But I'm sorry that happened. But for her to saying he's vicious and he needs to be put down, that's wrong. That's it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
As I don't know what that noise is. Is there anyone else here? I don't see anyone, but just to make sure if there's anyone else. Um, just a moment. Is Miss Sandra Norton here? The person who filed the complaint? No. Okay. I see, Mr. Magid. Would you like to come forward?
Yes. Your Honor, once you've closed testimony, I'd just like to give a brief closing legal argument on behalf of the city. So
Okay.
if I'm premature, I'll sit back down. I just want
Well,
to...
just one moment. Let
Sure.
me make sure. Does any Miss Toy or no, Miss Donna Toy or Mr. Ryan Toy, would either of you like to make any other statements before I do close the testimony? I have a couple questions. No, for your son. Can you come forward?
Yes.
Were you the owner when you undertook? You talked about his surgeries, Milo surgeries.
No. So when I went through my surgeries, I was at home trying to get better, and he was on Channel 4 News, and he was a rescue dog, and I saw him on there, and I reached out to Fur, and I became an urgent rescue. So I took care of him. I nursed him back to health for like 6 months, almost a year. And then from after that, then I just, I've had him since.
And could you tell me just a little bit more about his jaw and his teeth? Because I'm hearing several people say that, and including you, that he's missing some teeth.
So he's missing half his jaw from here back. It's on, I believe it's the left side. Yeah, he's missing all the jaw from the backhand side. It doesn't even connect. Matter of fact, he's missing his mandibular, whatever it is. So his jaw does not align right. His jaw is almost an inch and a half out. So it's like this. So where the bullet came in through his snout, it came out through his side of his neck, and then it shattered all that. This dog ran around. They think possibly for almost a month, because after whoever shot him, he came from Palatka, I think, and then he was brought to Jacksonville to have surgeries here through urgent rescues. The video is phenomenal. If you check out the video, it's Milo on YouTube, shot in the face. It's there. And anyways, so he had surgery to fix that, but in the process, when they found him, he was in the woods, and
so they did the surgery right away.
Well, no, it was like a month after, because they said that when they found this dog, his jaw or his roof of his mouth had actually healed up. So this dog was running around in the woods for a month and a half or a month, whatever, with nothing with his jaw all messed up and a hole out of his neck and through his nose. So, I mean, so he had 2 surgeries, I guess, prior to me getting him. And then I got the dog, and then he had the wound on his neck that I had to take and bring him back to the doctors, back and forth, after that for like 3 months, I think is what that was.
Okay.
And then, but he's missing. So he's probably got 4 or 5 teeth in his mouth that are actually intact. The rest of them are all either broken or chipped, and that's why his teeth can catch you, because majority of his teeth are chipped. So, I mean, it's a matter of fact, I don't feed this dog. You can't, to put a ball in his mouth, he can't even do that. You give this dog a chew bone, he has a hard time. He can't chew the thing up. So that's this whole thing. That's kind of why I feel the way that I do, because it's just this dog's.
Okay, that's
This,
helpful.
yeah,
Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
I appreciate it. I saw one other person walk in just now, and I'm about to close testimony. Sir, did you want to speak today?
No, I'm just observing. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Then I'm going to close testimony, and if the city attorney would like to approach, that's fine. Just for the record, if you'll state your name.
Sure.
Obviously, you're not going to be sworn in, but
Thank you, Your Honor. David Miggett, City Attorney for the City of Jacksonville Beach. I'm providing legal arguments, not testimony. We are here under the Dangerous Dog Ordinance, and that is the criteria that governs this hearing. You know, personally, I think Mr. and Miss, the Toy family, it's great that they've rescued these dogs. I've always rescued dogs as well. Immaterial to this hearing, I think they're to be commended for rescuing dogs. However, the city has a duty to protect the health, safety, and welfare of its residents under its police powers. And under this ordinance, the definition of dangerous dog, which is contained in section 5-2 of the city code, there's three different potential definitions. The first one, letter A, is the one applicable in this case, I believe. And that says dangerous dog means any dog that, according to the records of the appropriate authority, A, has aggressively bitten, attacked, or endangered, or has inflicted severe injury on a human being on public or private property. Your Honor, I'd like to focus on that language after the or has inflicted severe injury. Severe injury is also defined in that same section of the code. And I'm going to read it for you. Severe injury or severely injured means any physical injury that results in one or more broken bones, multiple bites, or one or more lacerations requiring sutures, or an injury requiring reconstructive or plastic cosmetic surgery. Now, the injury resulting in one or more lacerations requiring sutures, I think is what's applicable here. The testimony of Officer Fuhr indicated that the victim required 5 sutures due to the bite on her face. So I think we have a severe injury. And going back to the definition of dangerous dog, if a dog has inflicted severe injury on a human being, they meet the definition of a dangerous dog. That's the language of the code. I think any sort of nuances are immaterial. It comes down to, was there a dog bite that inflicted severe injury? There was testimony about the dog's teeth being different, its jaw being different. None of that is legally relevant in this case because the definition is severe injury, and testimony indicates a severe injury was inflicted upon the victim. So, again, while this is a tough case, admittedly, we've seen much worse cases. I think we have evidence that shows that this dog is a dangerous dog based upon what happened. As you know, but I just want to point it out, under our dangerous dog ordinance, this does not mean the dog will be put down. I heard someone testify or speak during their testimony that the dog should not be put down. The dog, if you find a dangerous dog finding today, it doesn't mean the dog is euthanized. There's some steps in 5-30 parenthesis 5 that the owner will have to comply with, but we're not talking about anything like that. So we have a duty to follow the code. Some cases are slam dunks, some are compassionate cases. I recognize some of the unique situations that can cause some compassion in this case, some concern. However, the plain language of the ordinance states what determines a dangerous dog, and the evidence in this case has met that threshold. I think that based upon the testimony, the city has met its burden and that this dog should be classified as a dangerous dog. Thank you.
thank you very much. I agree with the statement that from the city attorney that this is a difficult case. I think this is probably the fifth or sixth dangerous dog hearing I've held. And I understand about the definition. I certainly understand what the code says. I think that there are words in the code. I was surprised that Miss Norton was not here to testify. We have just the animal control officer's testimony that's based on her testimony. But today I've heard from 4 people who have known Milo for 5 years, who has never, ever, ever, according to the testimony, exhibited any kind of aggression towards other people. I understand the city's duty to bring this case to me. That is understandable, and it is your duty to, when you have a situation like this and evidence by pictures and a sworn statement that Miss Norton did have to have stitches. But we've also heard testimony today about Milo's jaw and his mouth and his teeth, and I disagree with the city attorney. I do believe that that's relevant to show whether or not was this a purposeful attack? Was this truly aggression? Or, as one person stated, was when Miss Norton's head was going down, his head was coming up when the other dog jumped on Milo. And that would certainly, I've owned dogs and cats, and when something jumps on them, they're going to respond. I can think of all kinds of ways to maybe say, should we come back in a year, or if there is another event of any type. I understand wanting to make sure that our citizens are safe and protected, but I don't believe that all the evidence taken together is enough to declare Milo dangerous. It'll take me a couple of days to draft up the order, and of course that can be appealed by somebody if they want to. By anybody, can even be appealed by the city, actually. But I'm going to not declare. I guess that's the way I can say it. I'm not going to declare Milo to be a dangerous dog. I hope that you'll be extra careful to make sure that Fritz doesn't jump on Milo, or just to make sure that Milo's not put in a situation where he gets scared or could jerk his head, because he does have apparently teeth that are more outside his mouth than based on the testimony that I heard. So I think Is there anything from anybody? No, seeing nothing. Okay, I'm going to rule. That's my ruling today, and I appreciate. I want you all to know, each of you, especially, well, all of you, for being here and taking the time out of your schedules. And I also appreciate Mr. Miggett coming today. And I certainly understand the city's duty, but it's my role. Part of the process is to bring that here and to let me hear all the evidence, and to make a reasoned decision. And I appreciate the patience of everyone. And that's all we have for today.